the top of the car. As we walk back between the two cars, you can see the bodies are almost exactly alike in appearance. They must conform to templates that are very closely resembling the templates of the cars as they roll off the assembly lines. On the Ford car, the overall height here is about 1 inch taller than the General Motors product. The rear roof design. Now, there's a window in the back of a Thunderbird, this particular sedan model. There is none on the General Motors Firebird. But by inserting pieces of plastic there, Mark Martin's crew has neutralized the aerodynamics there. Plus, with a little bit of handwork of the back windows, also plexiglass on the Ford. And then the General Motors product, again, the aerodynamics completely the same, at least in this part of the race car. The overall weight on ASA late models, about 900 pounds less than a Grand National stock car. They weigh in about 2,800 pounds. And on the tracks where both the cars race, the ASA car is actually a little faster. We told you that the design is universally accepted in automobile racing, but when you think about it, the 1983 and 84 Camaros and Firebirds, and to a lesser degree, the brand new Thunderbirds, they look a lot like this too, don't they? Only difference is the ASA cars have looked like this for about 5 years. I'd say Detroit was just a little bit behind this time.
And that's the car of Alan Kulwicki, and Kulwicki had a problem during qualifying and crashed. He'll be starting at the rear of the pack, actually in the next to the last row. Has a lot of traffic to move through. The pole sitter for this race is going to be Dick Trickle, and there he is in car number 99. But it should be a great, exciting 150-mile race, 75 laps on this 2-mile tri-oval. We'll be back in just a moment. Back at Michigan International Speedway for the Silver Creek 150 for ASA cars. The cars are on their pace lap. Now, a new one-lap record was established in qualifying for this race. Dick Trickle, 168.824 miles an hour, breaking the previous record by about a half a mile an hour. Dick Trickle is on the pole for today's race.
And you'll note, of course, that speed at 168, most fields coming in at around the 160-mile-an-hour area, is just a little faster than the Super V. So these heavier, they weigh 2,700 pounds. ASA cars are faster than the Super V cars we just finished watching. This race is somewhat of a tense time for these ASA drivers. Most of these drivers run the local short tracks back at home. They're not Grand National stock cars, and incidentally, they go faster than here at this racetrack. But they spend most of their lives, their racing lives, on quarter miles and maybe half-mile tracks on occasion. And these speeds above 150 are just dramatic for ASA cars.
All right, here's the starting lineup for the race. As we indicated on the pole, Dick Trickle outside, Mike Eddy in 88. Second row, Jim Sauter in number 5 and Mark Martin in 7. In row number 3, Butch Miller in car number 52. Outside, Bob Seneker in 84. In the fourth row, Harold Fair in 81 and Dave Watson in 37. Fifth row, Ed Cooper in 16, Ken Lund in 22. The sixth row, Dave Simcoe in 54 and Bob Strait in car number 72. Seventh row, Dennis Vogel in 51, Kent Stauffer in 90. The eighth row, Bobby Dotter in 79 and Bruce Vanderland in number 40. In the ninth row, car number 24, Dave Jensen and 56, Kurt Cheshire. In the 10th row, Tom Harrington in 41 and John Ziegler in 93. Row number 11, Wally Lambert, car 1 and Doug Klein in 80. 12th row, Doug Taylor in 16 and Don Gregory in number 7. In the 13th row, Ken Christensen in number 02 and Tom Jones in 0. 14th row, Muttley Kurkowski in 27 and John Wilson in number 71. In the 15th row, Alan Kulwicki in car number 28 and Don Collins in number 4. And there has been an improvement in weather conditions in the last few minutes. The fog is beginning to burn off, and in fact, once in a while, we can even see the sun peeking through as we get set to go 75 laps.
And a couple of minor changes in the starting grid. Jay Sauter jumped behind the wheel of the car number 0 that Tom Jones has qualified. This is a Monday performance here, really. The race was supposed to run yesterday, and a lot of these guys had to go home and go to work. And Don Collins was able to jump behind the wheel of the car normally driven by Don Gregory. And those of you who have been following ASA racing will recognize the purple, white, and the gold numeral number 7 of the Chase Automotive, the car of Columbus, with Don Collins behind the wheel of that today. They bring number to 4 for the race.
And they have added 3 alternates to the field also. also Don Moon in 39, Kevin McKenzie in 80, and Dave Hyde in number 3. Pace cars off the track. Here comes the field for the ASA Silver Creek 150 at Michigan. Green flag is out. Dick Trickle gets a very poor start and drops back several positions. Jim Sauter goes low on the racetrack to try to pass him. They go into turn number 1, and Mike Eddy has grabbed the lead as the field files through corner number 1. Now off of turn number 2 and on to the backstretch for the first time. Number 88, Mike Eddy, is the leader. Right behind him is Mark Martin in car number 7, then Jim Sauter and Bob Seneker.
Trickle was able to hold on to 5th, but boy, he just did not get off the line at all. The rest of the field up front was really ready to go when the green fluttered far up above.
And we have a car spinning out in turn number 3. We'll be able to get an identification on that car.
Number 80 car.
Moment. Doug Klein, car number 80, has spun to the inside of the track in turn 3.
Doug Klein is a young guy who's been with ASA for the past 4 or 5 years, who's performed well on occasion. He has started this event deep in the past, and obviously this day has started out not to be to his liking.
The green light remains on, however, as he is still under power and just about to enter the pit area. Now they may go yellow, and yes, the yellow flag is out. That car is stalled just at the entrance to the pit area, but since it isn't in the actual pit apron, the yellow will come out on lap number 2.
By the way, that also is Kevin McKenzie, the Ontario driver, one of the few Canadian drivers who was here this weekend. Not Doug Klein, but the number 80. There are 2 80s entered here this week. That is Kevin McKenzie.
All right, with that point straightened up then, and with the yellow flag being displayed on the racetrack, we'll take this break and be right back with more from Michigan International Speedway. Turn number 3, Kevin McKenzie dropped a considerable amount of oil on the racetrack, and they have put oil dry from the entrance to turn number 3 clear around to the entrance to the pit area. So we have been under yellow for 9 laps now. As they come by, they will get green and complete 10 laps. Mike Eddy is still the leader, with Mark Martin running 2nd and Jim Sauter 3rd, then Bob Seneker.
A big race for the ASA cars, not only because of the speeds that are involved and the reputation of the racetrack, but this is the home stomping grounds for a lot of drivers who are currently active in ASA. Plus, Southern Michigan has always fostered a lot of great racing drivers. Of course, Gordon Johncock, perhaps the most famous. But there have been a lot of great super modified and late model drivers for the last 20 years, 25 years who have come from this area.
Off of corner number 4 onto the tri-oval, and the green flag is out. We are back to racing, and Jim Sauter makes a move on the inside of Mark Martin. Martin and Sauter run side by side through turn number 1, while Mike Eddy holds on to the lead. In turn number 2, now Jim Sauter moves up to challenge Mike Eddy, and we have a new leader as the red car number 5, driven by Jim Sauter, who is the points leader in ASA Silver Creek standings points this season, is the leader. Eddy running 2nd, and Mark Martin in the Thunderbird is 3rd.
Well, Jim Sauter in the bright red Silver numeral 5 told us earlier this week that really the points were a little more important to him than winning races. He would like to be champion of this series, so you got to figure that Sauter is feeling very fast and very comfortable, or he would not have gone to the lead so early. The white car in the middle of your picture, by the way, keep in mind that's a Thunderbird. There was a time in this type of racing that there were so few Ford products running, they actually called them foreign cars. Everything else was a Camaro or a Firebird, and Mark Martin is in the most successful Ford product in quite some time to come down the pike to ASA.
Dick Trickle started on the pole, has had a very bad start. Let's see if we can get some information on why he's having problems from Gary Lee.
Well, Bob, actually, he is backing up by design. He is setting his own rhythm right now. When he qualified with the new track record on Saturday, there was a very serious vibration in the engine. They installed a new power plant. They wanted to break the engine in slowly. So right now, Trickle is running his own pace. He'll stay in eye shot of the leaders and watch for Dick to make his move later in the competition.
There is Dick Trickle in number 99 as we have completed 11 laps. He's racing with Butch Miller on the racetrack. Up front, a good battle for the lead is going on as Mike Eddy on the inside and Jim Sauter on the outside fight tooth and nail down the backstretch. That third car is the number 7 of Mark Martin. As they go into turn number 3 on the inside, let's see if Mike Eddy has the line. Yes, he pulls ahead of Sauter just slightly in turn number 3. Sauter settling back into second position.
Mike Eddy in the brown and yellow number 88 as they flash by you there from that camera right on the outside of turn number 4. Has had an off season as far as ASA racing goes. We are going yellow once again. I did not see an incident on the track. Perhaps some debris has been sighted somewhere around the Speedway. We had just begun, and there it is, right there coming out of turn number 4, piece of metal on the high side of the 4th turn. We've just begun to comment that Mike Eddy has not had a typical Mike Eddy year. He's been the champ many times in ASA racing, but in 1984 he has yet to win a race. He is fourth in terms of the number of laps led. He's led over 430 laps, 438 to be exact. He's fifth in money won, but he has yet to pick up a checker flag.
Matter of fact, Mike Eddy is the only 4-time national champion in ASA. And last year, he won twice on the ASA Silver Creek Series, but as you indicated, no wins for him this year.
There's the number 39 car of Don Moon from nearby Portland, Michigan. He was black flag, perhaps the culprit for the piece of metal on the racetrack.
So the crew has arrived on the racetrack at the scene of where that piece of metal is. So while we are cautioned once again, we'll take this break and be right back with more of the ASA Silver Creek 150. At least one more lap before we go green. We could go green this time around. Mike Eddy is setting the pace here in Michigan with Jim Sauter running in second position, and then Mark Martin in the number 7 Thunderbird, followed by Bob Sineker, and then the number 37 of Dave Watson. Field moves through turn number 3 at reduced speed. The pace car is pulling off of the track, and the safety vehicle that was on the track is off on the backstretch, so we are going green once again. The race resumes. This is lap number 15 being completed, and Bob Sineker dives low on the racetrack to pull alongside Mark Martin for third spot. And at the same time, Jim Sauter pulls alongside Mike Eddy as they go down into turn number 1.
The ASA cars have been the pioneers of the 9-to-1 compression ratio engine. It's an engine that the drivers will tell you can actually get about 2,000 miles out of, whereas before, you're in the 13 and 14-to-1, which all race cars use, really, until ASA got serious about it. You can only go about 500 or 600 miles before a major overhaul. There is Alan Kowicki in the number 28 car. You saw him briefly. He's already up into the top 15.
Up front, it's a side-by-side battle between Mike Eddy and Jim Sauter. They are side-by-side as they cross the line once again and complete lap number 16. Into turn number 1. They're door handle to door handle. Now Mike Eddy sneaks around, and Mark Martin is looking for the opportunity on the inside to pass Jim Sauter and move into second position, but is unable to do so right now. They straighten things out and head down the backstretch once again. Now Mark Martin making a bid, but still no room to pass.
Back in the glory years of 1978, 79, and 80 of Mark Martin, he was known for winning races by driving with his head as much as his foot. And you just wonder, as you watch that blue and white number 7 motor around in third position, if Mark Martin is not exactly where he would like to be. When they first debuted this Thunderbird car, they gave it some advantages, and they found out the car was significantly faster than the rest of the ASA cars as they were running on spec. So they put the Ford Thunderbird back to the same carburetors that the old Camaros and Firebirds on ASA had, and he has been competitive, but not really winning that many races, but always running up near the front.
Well, we have a new third-place competitor also. Dave Watson in number 37 has passed Mark Martin, and Watson now sets his sights on Mike Eddy. But the good battle, it looks like, is going to be for third place here, as Martin is looking to take back that third spot from Dave Watson.
Watson started in 8th, so he's made a great jump to the front. And remember the story of Alan Kowicki, who started way in the back? Well, Kowicki is still making his way frontward. So Alan Kowicki could still be heard from in this race. As a matter of fact, Kowicki does appear to be running just a little faster than the first 8 cars.
The Nacita Flyer from Wisconsin, Jim Sauter, is leading the 150-mile race here at Michigan as the cars file down the backstretch once again. Mike Eddy dives low going into turn number 3. He gets down into that oil dry that was put down when Kevin McKenzie blew an engine over in that area. Now he moves up higher on the racetrack. The 4 cars here, Jim Sauter, Mike Eddy, Dave Watson, and Mark Martin. Now a new leader once again as Sauter and Dave Watson. It looks like both of them are trying to, but now they do. The momentum carries Dave Watson around Mike Eddy, and Eddy falls from second to third.
One of the few times you really see the draft have a big effect. The draft does affect these ASA stock cars, not quite as much as their heavier counterparts, the Grand National stock cars, but when you're left out there all by yourself and the rest of the cars are in a line, as you look at Bobby Dodder, another second-generation driver. His father was the ARCA champion a year ago. Bobby Dodder, who has performed well in ASA racing the past couple of seasons, comes into the pits. But the draft can be a factor in ASA racing.
Bobby Dodder started the race in 15th position, qualifying at 159.989 miles an hour. And another one of those regular ASA drivers is in the pits, in fact, pulling behind the wall. That's Butch Miller from Lawton, Michigan.
And it's an interesting car, Bob. There's carbon fiber in this, similar to the design and makeup in terms of the structure of the Indianapolis cars. Inside the traditional roll cage is a carbon fiber tub surrounding the driver on 4 sides. There's the number 72 car of Bob Strait. Now, Bob was a substitute driver for the normal pilot, Don Ely, here this week. It's another Ford Thunderbird, one of about 3, only 3 that qualified for this race. Strait has been fast and run to the front in years past. Looks like he'll be an early out here today.
Bob Strait is from Flossmoor, Illinois, and he's low on the racetrack. Dave Watson has something to prove here today. He has shot out into the lead. Mike Eddy and Jim Sauter and Mark Martin are battling for second, third, and fourth. Watson, however, has really shown some muscle here. In the first 20 laps of this race, Dave Watson is leading.
Dave Watson, the 1977 ASA champion, as Eddy drops down to the low side of the track, almost on the apron. It's going to be tough to work up enough RPMs to get around Watson. Watson has forsaken a consistent ASA schedule to try and run some Trans Am on the SCCA circuit, and he's done reasonably well. He has yet to win a race, but he runs in the top 10 there.
Let's go down to Gary Lee in the pit area.
Well, you've seen Jim Sauter in car number 5 challenge for the top spot, but not is all well with that car. The crew members right now are working on a spare ignition. There are actually 2 brain boxes on board car number 5. During that first yellow, there was an ignition problem. They're trying to check now to see if it was in fact the ignition or a brain box. They actually have a switch inside the cockpit that they can switch from one brain box to the other. So just in case it is the ignition, the crew right now is working on a spare here in the pit area.
All right, Gary is running in third spot right now, and it's very obvious, Larry, that last lap when Dave Watson went high on the racetrack, you can see how the RPMs are lost and the momentum is lost because Mike Eddy was able to maintain the line and pick off the lead. But now Watson is back in the groove. He goes around Mike Eddy and passes for the lead once again. Watson is in the lead once again with Mike Eddy running in second, then Jim Sauter, and then Mark Martin. In 5th position is the blue car there of Bob Seneker. Side by side into the 3rd corner once again. Great racing. We have about 6 cars, make that 7 cars that are running very close on the racetrack, but especially the front 4.
Well, Watson apparently is not handling nearly as well as the other leaders as he seems to drift out of the fast lane coming out of turn 2 and turn 4, and it's costing the lead every time. Then they get on a straight stretch of the racetrack like the tri-oval here in front of us, or down the backstretch, and Watson is able to power back up and move into the number 1 position.
Sauter working on Watson once again. Jim Sauter passes for 2nd position. We are continuing to watch Alan Kulwicki, who started from the rear of the pack, but Alan is working up and is indeed well within the top 10. Eddy stretches out the advantage just a little bit now on Jim Sauter as he continues to fight with Dave Watson and Mark Martin. Alan Kulwicki, as we indicated, is working his way toward the front of the pack. This young man who had a problem during qualifying earlier in the weekend and crashed is moving up quickly.
He has brought one of the biggest name sponsors, really, to ASA Racing. Right now, he runs in 9th position. You can see how close he is to the leader in that quick interval shot. Kawicki obviously running faster than leaders most of this race. That's how he got so close. He runs in 9th and seems to be closing in with each successive lap. He has been a winner in 1984, but the wins have not come as consistently as they have in years past. Alan also last year finished almost 100% of the laps in ASA Racing. He had one of the most consistent races, really, or one of the consistent years in history of ASA Racing.
Mike Eddy continues to lead the Silver Creek 150 here at Michigan International Speedway. And now ESPN and ASA present a track back.
The primary suspension components on a Grand National stock car are these huge springs. Now, the springs may be rated as high as, well over 3,000 pounds. But on an ASA late model stock car, coilover suspension, coilover shocks make up the primary suspension component. Now, even though it's dramatically different from a Grand National stock car, still a reflection of what Detroit is producing in terms of its high-performance cars for the highway use. This is the same basic philosophy as in McPherson's strut suspension.
We're involved in a great race here at Michigan. The top 5, Mike Eddy, Dave Watson, Mark Martin, Jim Sauter, and Bob Siniker with 26 out of 75 laps completed. We'll be back in a moment. American Speed Association contest, part of a big racing weekend here at Michigan. The Super Bs competed a little bit earlier. The Indianapolis type cars also competed on this track this weekend, a race that was won by Mario Andretti. The race finished under caution when Johnny Rutherford crashed up in turn number 4. Looked like the Tom Sneva was going to be able to put a challenge on Mario, but unfortunately the race went yellow with 4 laps to go, and it ended that way. Mario Andretti walked off with the victory. Here at in the stock car race, we have had some tremendous racing, and Jim Sauter, who is up there battling for the lead, is slowing down the backstretch.
Big moment potentially in the season points race as Jim Sauter, the points leader. You know, we're late in the season when you get to this time of the year. Sauter certainly did not have a monumental lead. He was only about 90 points ahead of Bob Siniker, and Sauter is going about a third of the way through this race. He has won 4 times this year, but Sauter may be out of it here today. And there's Alan Kawicki trying to make yet another move. Alan Kawicki going to the inside of Ed Cooper in the black-yellow trim number 16.
And Alan Kawicki has caught the lead pack, so he is right up in there. We're going to see whether or not we're going to have to go yellow because of the Jim Sauter car. If it makes it to the pit area, we will stay green. It looks like it is going to make it, so we will stay green here. And the Jim Sauter car has made it to the pit area. Let's go down to Gary Lee, who is in the pits with one of the drivers who dropped out a little bit earlier.
Well, in fact, Bob, a lot of Michigan stock car fans are disappointed because this guy is here with me and not on the racetrack. Butch Miller, what happened?
I don't know exactly what caused the problem, but we ran into a little oiling problem the other day, the last day of practice here before the race, and we can run 3 or 4 fast laps, and then all the oil wants to come out of the motor. And we thought we fixed it, and apparently we didn't because it came out again.
All of you guys had the problem in that after you qualified, you had no practice and really a day of inactivity yesterday before you got on the racetrack today.
I guess it really wasn't a problem. The track was really, really tacky out there today. I think you could flat foot the whole thing. And our car ran really good at the bottom. I noticed a lot of the guys have more push in the car than they want, and in order to get the car back on the straightaway, they're having to lift to keep the car from running into the wall.
Jim Sauter, we alluded to a problem with his ignition, is in the pit area.
All right, on the racetrack, the action is hot and heavy. Jim Sauter has had to leave this battle on the racetrack to come in for some mechanical work. So we'll continue to watch that situation. Meanwhile, here is Alan Kawicki looking for opportunities to pick off the cars in front of him. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars running right together on the racetrack, and Alan is the 8th car in the line.
There is 5th through 8 right there. 7th, Ed Cooper. 8th, Alan Kawicki. Kawicki caught the lead pack, but he's been stuck behind Cooper for a couple of laps, and Alan getting a little bit out of shape there. It's early in the race, relatively so, 34 laps. out of the 75 that will go. So Kawicki, rather than taking a chance and completely losing it, gets out of the throttle and lets the field get away from him. But Alan Kawicki now appears to be back up to speed. There he is coming through turn number 2. Kawicki looking for a way around Ed Cooper. He looks to the high side. He drifts a little high to go around Cooper, and the tail end starts to come around, and Kawicki immediately gets out of the throttle.
Nice move by Allen. By the way, he is 5th in the point standings for ASA this year. He finished 10th in the point standings in 1983. Had 15 starts last year in the American Speed Association. As far as wins are concerned, Allen had 2 wins in 1982 and 1 last year. And this year, Alan Kawicki has won 1 race. There are the point standings. Sauter leads with 1,794. Bob Seneker is second with 1,709. Third in the point standings, Dick Trickle. Fourth is Mike Eddy. And fifth is Alan Kawicki. Then Mark Martin, Harold Fair, Butch Miller, Bobby Dollar, and Ken Lund 10th in the ASA Silver Creek point standings.
Kenny Lund, the outstanding rookie so far in terms of collecting points in 1984, and Mark Martin, whose name you saw, has returned to ASA racing after a stint with Grand National Stock Cars. He has brought not only a Ford product, there he is chasing Mike Eddy down the long backstretch here at the Michigan International Speedway, but also Mark, at least for this race, has brought another big-name sponsor. There's third and fourth. Third is Dick Trickle, who's down on the pole. And the fourth car is Harold Fair. Harold Fair having a fine race here on the 2-mile high bank at Michigan International. As a matter of fact, Fair now going to go to work on Dick Trickle, the man who has over 1,000 wins in his racing career, and few people have graced victory lane that many times. As a matter of fact, very few race drivers are lucky enough to compete in 1,000 races, let alone win that many.
Harold Fair passes, moves into 4th spot. Trickle back to 5th, but I think Gary Lee's observation earlier in the race that there is no problem with the Dick Trickle car. It's just that he's kind of taking it easy for at least the first 3 quarters of the race, making sure that the leader is still in sight, but then making a challenge late in the event, not wanting to damage the car in any way. Dick Trickle, number 99, now running in 5th spot.
Trickle is a former winner here at the Michigan International Speedway. Bob Seneker and Rusty Wallace are the other 2 winners in the 3 races that have been conducted here for the American Speed Association stock cars. And by the way, just to pick up on the Alan Kawicki story, Kawicki really has not caught back up with Ed Cooper, and also Dave Watson has dropped off the pace a little bit. Watson and Kawicki are 7th and 8th, but now a little bit behind the lead draft.
Well, Dick Trickle has driven ASA for several years. He's also been competitive in Grand National competition, and we had an opportunity to ask him about that.
Dick, can you borrow anything at all from Grand National cars in terms of getting prepared for this racetrack?
Not really, because with our chassis, we're so indifferent to the Grand National. We have, I think, better handling chassis with a smaller body, so the grass only affects us probably 25% with them. And our complete setups are different. We run a 3-link wedge-type car, and they run, of course, a different suspension, which is an entirely different setup. If you run by their setup, you wouldn't make it. Of course, they run by ours, they wouldn't make it.
Dick Trickle, the White Knight from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, is now moved up to 4th position. And right behind him is Bob Seneker in car number 84 and Ed Cooper in number 16. There's the blue car of Bob Seneker, who's had a very good 1984 season.
Well, I'll say, Seneker has won 50% of the races he's competed in. He's 8 out of 16 on the ASA trail. 11 times he's been in the top 5, and twice he's been also 6th through 10th. He's number 3 in laps led. He hasn't got a pole this year. He's 2nd in total laps finished. He's number 1 in money won and number 2 in the points. And Bob, you're pointing out here that Ed Cooper's got some smoke.
Definitely, as he went into turn number 1, at least that lap, there was some smoke coming from the number 16 car of Ed Cooper, the one following this car of Bob Seneker. We'll continue to keep our eye on that. Again, you can see a little bit of smoke coming from that car as he moves through turns 3 and 4.
And it looks more than bodywork, rather. It does look like it might be something coming from the exhaust pipe. We're going to monitor the car as it goes by us this time down the front stretch. Yes, the smoke continues to pour even through the relatively flat trioval here in front of us, as both Seneker and Cooper go around the outside of Kent Stauffer, the red white. Number 90, one of the regulars. And we've got a spin and apparently a crash, yes. Coming out of turn number 2. Significant contact with the outside wall. Can't tell exactly who it is yet.
It's car number 40, driven by Bruce Vanderland from Grand Rapids, Wisconsin. The word we've been given by our spotters. The safety crews arrive on the scene. You can pretty easily determine that car has had some very serious damage to the left side. Let's hope that the driver is okay. Bruce Vanderland from Grand Rapids, Wisconsin, driving the Oliver Racing Parts Firebird, started the race in 16th spot.
Well, Bruce's family has been involved in racing for quite a number of years. Those of you who are old-timers, in particular from this part of the country, might remember the name of Eddie Vanderlaan. Eddie Vanderlaan was a long-time successful pilot in the super modifieds and traveled nearly all around the East Coast, campaigning successfully in a yellow super race car.
There is Dr. Steve Alvey, who is the kart medical director, and Steve is the physician in charge here because this race is part of a kart series race, and Dr. Alvey has arrived on the scene to make a preliminary medical check on the driver of that car. So the field is slowed, and Mike Eddy is the leader at this point. 42 laps have been completed out of 75, and the average speed of the race before we went yellow was 119.900 miles an hour.
What a great victory this would be for Eddie. He'd really like to kind of turn the tide of the 1984 season by picking up the victory here at the super fast racetrack. Mike Eddy in those traditional brown and yellow colors. There's something unique about Mike Eddy's paint scheme. A few years ago, he used to always have a turquoise blue interior. The turquoise blue interior has dropped off the race car, but now I notice that the Howe Enterprises sign on the nose of the car, kind of a green or turquoise blue color, seems to always been a part of Mike Eddy. Mike Eddy is a man that really ASA kind of made. Mike Eddy was a local late model racer here from Michigan. By the way, I am kind of expecting wholesale pit stops here. It's about the time that the cars will need a replenishment of fuel and maybe even a change of tires, and under the yellow flag will be a perfect time. When ASA began to really get rolling in the mid-1970s, this man right here, Mike Eddy, emerged from the pack. One of the drivers we hadn't heard so much about before, but really became a superstar. You see the first 2 cars heading for their respective pits. Mike Eddy really became a superstar in late model racing.
Well, now it becomes a challenge to the pit crew members to get their driver out of the pits the quickest. Mike Eddy on the top of your screen and Harold Fair and number 81 to the bottom. The crews are working on the right sides of their respective cars. And the jacket looks like fell on the number 81, so that may cause a bit of a problem. They're nearly finished. Now they do complete the tire change on the right side of the Mike Eddy car and go around to the left side. The Harold Fair crew doing the same thing.
Trickle is out, by the way. Dick Trickle is stormed out of the pit area already.
So Trickle makes a quick pit stop. Also coming out as we continue to watch Eddy and Fair. Bob Siniker comes out, so does Dave Watson. There is Dick Trickle, who is already onto the racetrack in turn number 1.
Kenny Lund is out. He's another one who was running up to the front. Mike Eddy right now, finally, David, you can see on your screen, Harold Fair is getting out. Mark Martin also very slow getting out of the pit. Cole Wickey also still sitting.
So we will reshuffle the standings here and find out who's running where in just a moment. We'll take this break as we return for more of the Silver Creek 150. Here are the top 10. Dick Trickle is the leader now. Dave Watson second, Bob Seneca third, Ken Lund fourth, and Jay Sauter running in 5th spot. 6th position in the Silver Creek 150, Harold Fair. 7th, Mark Martin. 8th is Mike Eddy. 9th is Wally Lambert. And 10th is Ed Cooper. And so the way they came out of the pits has definitely had an influence on how they're running out there. Trickle in the lead at this point. We'll see if he can hold that lead as we go green here in a half a lap.
I want to cite Jay Sauter, too. Remember, he jumped into Tom Jones, number 0. Sauter is right behind Kenny Lund in the rookie race. He's ranked 11th in the point standing. Sauter started this race in 25th position. There he is. He's the son of Jim Sauter, who led this race for a while. And from 25th, he is now hurdled all the way to 5th position. So Jay Sauter looking good here at the Michigan International. And I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to 5th or not, because he had a great pit stop. And that put him ahead of a couple of people he's been racing with. And there's the guy right in front of him that he's battling in points with for the rookie honors, Kenny Lund. So the 2 top-ranking rookies, both having a good day and both on the track together.
Meanwhile, Jim Sauter continues to sit hopelessly in the pit area as the crew works on that car. The green flag comes out, and the Silver Creek 150 resumes from Michigan International Speedway. Now, the car on the inside is Muttley Kurkowski being passed by the top two, namely Dick Trickle and Dave Watson. Down the back stretch once again.
Muttley Kurkowski was the Rookie of the Year a year ago in ASA, but doesn't have the horsepower to keep up the leaders today here in this 165-mile-per-hour track for ASA cars. A guy who will be watching for, of course, is Mike Eddy. Mike had a bad pit stop. It cost him 7 or 8 positions. There's smoke coming from underneath Watson's car, and I'm pretty sure that was tire rub. They recently changed the rubber on these cars, and as soon as Watson got out of the throttle coming out of the corner, the smoke stopped.
I don't know, Larry. I think maybe that was some oil dry that's up there in the high portion of the racetrack where Johnny Rutherford wrecked during the IndyCar race. We'll continue to watch that, but it could have been oil dry coming from underneath that car. Eddie and Mark Martin are hooked up in a battle. Now Eddie stretches the advantage a little bit as they go down the back stretch.
Mike Eddy, who had dropped back to about 8th position during the pit stop, has now moved up to 4th. Make it 5th on Mike Eddy, as Dave Watson will be coming to the picture, and he's slowing. There is Watson in the maroon number 37, going slower through the corner than he did the last time around. He was right up there battling, remember, for 3rd position. As first Mike Eddy gets underneath, and now Mark Martin moves up to do battle.
There could be a handling problem with that car, because you recall several laps ago, Watson got very high up in that area of the racetrack right there, turns 1 and 2, and lost a couple of spots. He did the same thing over in turns 3 and 4 just this last lap. It could be a handling problem that's plaguing Dave Watson and making him fall to the rear of this pack that's fighting for position.
Dave Watson, remember, was able to win this race earlier in the event. There is Mike Eddy, followed by the Ford Thunderbird of Mark Martin. We keep mentioning the Ford because everybody else up front is running a Camaro or a Firebird, and the vast majority of them in Firebirds. But Mark Martin holding up the banner high for old Henry and hoping to do well here. One of only 3 Fords that qualify for the race.
There are the top 4. Dick Trickle, the pole sitter, is the leader. Trickle qualified for this race at 168.82 miles an hour, a new record. There he is. He dropped back at the start of the race, but stayed up front until the pit stops occurred. He had a great pit stop, got out before everybody else, and now is in the lead. Mike Eddy is moving back up. He passes for 3rd position, so Eddy is beginning to move up also. It's Trickle, then Bob Seneker, then Mike Eddy, and the 4th car on the line there is the number 81, driven by Harold Thayer. Lead change coming up. Seneker to the inside. Seneker takes the lead. Mike Eddy tries to come along, pulls alongside Dick Trickle in turn number 2, and Mike Eddy moves into 2nd place. Trickle drops from 1st to 3rd.
Well, Jim Sauter has dropped out. Alan Kowicki is on his way. He's about half a straightaway behind those first 5 cars, but you can throw Rusty Wallace in there, who did not enter this race. There you have all the legendary names of ASA racing right up there at the front with only about 28 laps to go. This could be just a tremendous race. There is Mike Eddy, known for speed throughout the years. Bob Seneker, known for winning races. Harold Thayer in the red number 81, having his finest season ever. The crafty Mark Martin going underneath Dick Trickle, and the man who's won over 1,000 times, Dick Trickle. What a slidesome that is, running to the top spot. And as we mentioned, as they battle, Alan Kowicki inching closer and closer. Kowicki is about a half of the backstretch behind him.
I'll tell you, Larry, this reminds me of an international race of champions. These cars are staying right together on the racetrack with each other. These 5 are right together and not too far behind, as Larry indicated, is the 6th place, Alan Kowicki. Now, Dick Trickle moving to the inside of Harold Thayer.
No, I think that was Mark. Yeah, that's Mark Martin. And
right, you are.
Look what they're doing for Mike Eddy. They run 3 abreast, and Eddy is getting the advantage of about 6 or 7 car lengths of real estate as they go 3 abreast through the trioval.
So the battle is for 2nd.
Now, Bob, interesting that you had mentioned the International Race of Champions. I had a feeling all along when I saw the IROC cars this year that they may have borrowed just a little bit from ASA. Those cars were very reminiscent of what we've been seeing in ASA for the past 2 or 3 seasons.
Well, you know, I think there is a lot to be said for this division as we watch Bob Seneker challenge Mark Mark Martin in turn number 3. A lot to be said for this division. This type of racing has a great following, and as you indicated earlier, many of the Grand National drivers respect these guys about as much as they respect any other type of race driver, because they race on the half miles and the dirt tracks and the paved tracks, and it is a very competitive type of racing for ASA stock cars.
Earlier this year, Bob, on one of our NASCAR broadcasts, the question of the week was, other than your own division, which division do you respect the most? The answer was ASA.
Bob Seneker, competing for the lead. We asked him earlier where he wants to be.
Draw a scenario for you. It's late in the race. You're hooked up on a 3-car duel for the victory. You're in the middle of that duel. About 15 laps to go. What kind of strategy do you have at this point?
Well, with these cars, you don't get a whole lot of draft because they're so slick, but the draft does come into effect. But I don't think that you could really do a slingshot like they do in NASCAR with that box car. You really got to go to the lead whenever you can, if you can.
Bob Seneker has won 8 times this year on the ASA Silver Creek Series and wants to win here today, but he's going to have to challenge and pass Mike Eddy if he's going to do so.
Question was timely. We asked him, what if there were 15 laps to go when they come by? This time, there'll be just 18 laps to go, so you know that Seneca right now is thinking, if I can take the lead, I want to take the lead. The pit stop is over. They've gone into a single file formation. The guy right now who has the most horsepower will be working from a real advantage. It has appeared to be Eddy throughout most of the race, but Eddy isn't really pulling away from everybody. It's Eddy, that's Mark Martin right behind him, then Harold Fair, Bob Seneca.
All right, so we're back at Michigan International Speedway, where we have 17 laps to go in this 75-lap Silver Creek ASA 150. The leader is Mike Eddy in car number 88. Second position is Mark Martin in number 7, and then Harold Fair running in 3rd spot. 4th is Bob Seneca. 5th, the pole sitter, Dick Trickle. The average speed of the race to this point, 112.542 miles an hour.
And you can see in that shot that Dick Trickle has really lost touch with the lead quartet of cars. Trickle runs in 5th. The number 28 car of Alan Kulwick, he runs in 6th, and both of them appear to be moving up a few laps ago, but now they're drifting back again. It looks like the first 4 cars, there's Eddy, high side in the middle of the screen, Harold Fair, Mark Martin on the inside, falling in a line, and Seneca. Looks like the 4 of them are really going to be the ones going at it for victory.
You know, Larry, I just can't help but believe Mike Eddy is going to win this race. He had a relatively bad pit stop several laps ago, but since then has come on very strong, has been able to get back into the lead, and he looks very strong to me for these last 15 laps. Let's go down to Gary Lee.
Vic Getzoff has been on the headset with Dick Trickle. The strategy was working for a while. You had a great pit stop, then you fell off the lead. What's the problem?
Ben.
In the number 1 corner, apparently a fairly severe collision. There's a lot of debris on the racetrack. There it is, the number 02 car.
Ken Christensen of La Crosse, Wisconsin, and he has had very serious contact with...
He hit the inside wall, Bob, going into turn number 1. Something apparently breaking on the car because he darted off the racetrack before going into turn number 1 at a very unusual place. We could hear the collision way up here. He hit very hard on the cement wall just before going into turn number 1. Had he hit Bob about 5 feet to the right, he would not even have gone into the wall. He would have missed the wall and spun down into the infield.
Right into the wall at the end of the pit road. There is the contact here, and you can see how hard he hit it because he just simply knocked away that concrete wall and then bounced up into the track. Well, the safety crews are there, and Dr. Steve Albee is among them. First of all, their concern is to extricate the driver from the car and make sure that he is stable. There is an infield hospital here at the Speedway, and if he should require further medical treatment, he could either be transported by ambulance or by helicopter to a local hospital either in Jackson, Michigan or in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So the situation is, driver into the wall. It is Ken Christensen Jr. from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Now, the race was red flagged because there was a lot of debris down in turn number 1. So we have completed 64 laps. We've got 10 more to go. The green is out, and Mike Eddy is the leader of the race. Now, Ken Christensen Jr. was involved in that very bad accident at the end of pit road. He's from La Crosse, Wisconsin. Gary Lee has a further medical update on Ken Christensen.
The CART medical director, Dr. Stephen Albee, is also overseeing the medical situation here with the ASA stock cars. And how is Ken now?
Gary, he's awake and talking. He was unconscious briefly at the scene. He's got a probable fracture of his right wrist, a contusion on his chest, and maybe a broken clavicle. We'll have to wait for x-rays. He's got some other bruising, but that's all it looks like right now.
He will be transferred from here to Foot?
Yes, he'll go to Foot Hospital by ambulance.
All right, thank you, Dr. Steve Albee. He, of course, heads the medical team here at Michigan International. Several others, however, are very vital in injury situations, among them Steve Edwards, who is always right there on the scene of any bad accident during a kart race or any that kart overseas. Well, action on the racetrack. Mike Eddy is looking very strong here as he crosses the line and completes lap number 67. Mark Martin is second, and Dick Trickle, Bob Sineker, Harold Fair, and Alan Kulwicki.
And right there also is Jay Sauter and Kenny Lund. All 8 of them, of course, started right together after the red flag, but Mike Eddy has just taken off. He has left everybody in the dust, and Eddy right now has built about a 15-car length advantage. It is one of the biggest advantages we have seen all day long, and it comes with less than 10 laps to go in this race. We will go 75 laps, and we have completed about 66, I believe the scoreboard is showing right now.
Well, as Larry indicated earlier, Mike Eddy has not visited Victory Lane in 1984. He was there twice in 83, and Larry asked him about it.
Mike Eddy in the 1984 season, has it been bad luck?
Well, I don't know if you can really call it luck or what. It ain't been one of my best years, but you got to take the bad with the good, and sooner or later it all evens itself out.
Mike, traditionally, without a doubt, you've been one of the fastest ASA drivers. Do you have a hint for an aspiring race driver out there? Where does the edge come? Is it courage? Is it hand-eye coordination? Is it studying racetracks? What makes you go fast?
Well, it comes with experience. You know, I started out, I wasn't very fast. I got a lot of years in getting where I'm at, and that's, I think, what makes the difference is experience. Nothing makes up for that.
Mike Eddy, fourth in the Silver Creek ASA standings at this point. Right behind him is Mark Martin in that number 7 Thunderbird. Mark, of course, a former NASCAR competitor, but has been driving with ASA once again. He is a 3-time ASA national champion and was Rookie of the Year in ASA back in 1977.
Well, Mark has started all of the ASA races this year. He's currently 6th in points. He's 5th on the lap ladder. He's 9th in terms of the laps completed and 6th in money won. And he's moved in a little bit on Mike Eddy the last couple laps. There goes Sineker by, followed by Trickle, then Alan Kulwicki rather. Again, it's Eddy, Martin, Sineker, Trickle, Alan Kulwicki, Harold Fair. Dave Watson has moved back up into the lead group, although he is significantly behind, and unless we have another yellow, I don't think anybody but the first 4 really have a shot at victory.
Mark Martin in the 1984 Ford Thunderbird, and there's a good look at Mark, formerly from North Liberty, Indiana, now making his home in Batesville, Arkansas. Mark is 6th in point standings, and you can see him begin to reel in Mike Eddy as they come by this time. It'll complete lap number 70, and we'll have 5 to go. Meanwhile, there's also a battle for 3rd spot between Bob Sineker and Dick Trickle.
Boy, talk about a couple of old masters going at it. I'll say, all-time leader of Artco, the all-time leader in wins for ASA. There they are, side by side, nose to tail. They've been going back and forth, but while they have been battling, Mark Martin and Mike Eddy have maintained an advantage, and Martin has now gained, another 3 or 4 car lengths. Again, this is 3rd and 4th. Sineker and Dick Trickle, they're going at it for 3rd place.
Bob Sineker, and 8-time winner in 1984. He has won the pole position for ASA races. of fact, he has no poles this year, but has been very good as far as winning races is concerned.
You know, Bob Seneca, a few people realize that he's also an outstanding racer on dirt. I saw him about 10 years ago on a dirt track down in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a race that he won. He was exceptionally strong on dirt, very smooth, wasted very little time going sideways, a lot of time going fast. Also, actually drove modified cars in the early stages of his career. Of course, so many drivers who have raced in the last 20 years were in that situation. They actually started out in modified stock cars before moving up to full-bodied or late model or Grand National type cars.
Mike Eddy and Mark Martin go to the outside and pass one of the slower cars, Dave High, driving car number 3. Dave from White Pigeon, Michigan. This will complete lap number 72, and we'll have 3 more laps to go. The question is, can Mark Martin catch Mike Eddy? They cross the line, and the difference is about 5 or 6 car lengths.
Boy, Martin has really reeled him in the last 4 or 5 laps. Remember when he first went green, Mike Eddy looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He immediately stretched out probably about a 200-yard lead. And now here comes Martin on like a freight train. He's in the draft. He's got a chance to take the lead as they go into turn number 3. He's got right in behind Mike Eddy.
See what he does at the end of the backstretch, where he chooses to go. Maybe he'll elect to stay right behind Mike Eddy. It looks like that's what he's going to do. They come off of turn number 4 onto the tri-oval. And Mark Martin is now just a couple of car lengths behind Mike Eddy. This completes lap number 73. 2 more laps of this 2-mile oval, and the race will be history. We're watching Martin seeing whether or not he can pass Mike Eddy for the lead. Mark is 25 years of age and is 6th in the ASA point standing.
And the drivers know how many laps are left. Though there is no 2-lap flag, the flagman held up a furled white and a furled yellow to the field the last time by. In ASA racing, that is the symbol for 2 laps to go, so Eddy and Martin know exactly where they are. 75 laps of racing, now boiling down to 6 turns. Make that 5 turns now as they come out of turn number 4. Eddy, Martin, Seneca.
Here is the white flag being given to Mike Eddy. We'll see if he can maintain this advantage. I think he can. It looks like that he is stronger in the turns. Although Mark can close in on the straightaways, Mike appears superior in the turns. This could come down to almost as close a finish as we saw in the Super V race earlier today when Jeff McPherson and Ari Lyondike battled side by side to the start-finish line. Now into turn number 3. Mark Martin is trying to find the air that will allow him to get around Mike Eddy. Once again, they come off of turn number 4 onto the tri-oval for the final time. It looks like that it's going to be Mike Eddy winning the Silver Creek 150 at Michigan. Mark Martin finishes 2nd. Bob Seneca is 3rd, followed by Dick Trickle, and then Alan Kolicki. And we have a spin up in turn number 4. That is the number 0 of Jay Sauter, who was running in the top 10. Looks like he did make some contact with the wall up in turn 3.
And he's fighting to hold on to a top 10 finishing position. As a matter of fact, here comes the number 1 of Wally Lambert by, and that did cost Jay a position, but I think he's going to be able to hold on to a number 10 spot in the final rundown.
And here is the spin involving Jay Sauter. You can see him sideways. He backs into the wall and then also makes contact at the right front of the car. That occurred in turn number 3 on the very last lap of the race. There is the winner, Mike Eddy, who dominated this 150-miler here at Michigan. Gary Lee will be talking with him after these messages. Well, the finish wasn't quite as close as the Super V race, but it was a great race nevertheless. Here is Gary Lee with the winner of the ASA Silver Creek event, Mike Eddy.
A big smile. Congratulations, Mike. You had to do some housekeeping when you climbed out.
Yeah, it was a little bit oil dry in there, and it just seemed to collect all right in there on me. So I had to do a little cleaning, but it was well worth it.
Obviously, on the last lap or two, you were watching the mirror. You knew who was back there, and you used all the track you could coming off that last turn.
Yeah, I seen him back there, and I knew he was coming, and I didn't really know how strong they were running all day, whether they were running flat out or easy. And to that point, I had never held it all the way down. And in the last 9 laps, I decided it was time to see if I could go around without backing off.
Even though the race was only 75 laps in duration, it had to be taxing on the high bank. So did you have a chance to get that extra win, the second breath, when the race was stopped?
Well, the race goes pretty quick here. You know, we're used to running short tracks. We come here and run this 2-mile track, and you get to take a rest going down the straightaway.
Obviously a very happy driver and crew. Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mike Eddy, the winner of our ASA race here this afternoon. Mark Martin finished about 2 or 3 car lengths behind. Finishing third was Bob Seneker. Fourth was the pole sitter, Dick Trickle. And fifth was Alan Kowicki, who came from the back of the pack. Finishing in sixth spot was Dave Watson. Seventh was Harold Fair. Eighth, Ken Lund. Ninth, Wally Lambert. And 10th was Jay Sauter. My thanks to Gary Lee, who worked the pit area, and to Larry Nuber for assistance in the broadcast booth. Once again, our congratulations to the 2 winners today in our show, Jeff McPherson in Super Bs and Mike Eddy in ASA Stock Cars. For Gary and Larry, this is Bob Jenkins from Michigan International Speedway saying so long, everyone.